So the why literally comes from within, and this is why it's so hard to find the why, because we live in a world where we are sensorially bombarded. The reason dharma is hard to cultivate is because we don't know what we want. Instead, we know what the world tells us to want. It's like if you think about the things that you want, how did you learn that you want those things? That's why advertising is an industry. Because we've figured out as human beings that I can control your want. But for young men right now, if I ask them what they want what they see. Want. None of those voices are coming from you. They're not dharma. So the first thing that you have to do is evacuate anything that you want that came from outside of you. So when I see a sexy dude with a sexy girl and I say, I want that, that's what I think I want. And this is the whole problem is I worked with tons of people who've gotten what they wanted, chased these things, and were still unhappy. That's where you get to the psychological root of okay, what I want is to feel loved. I want to feel secure. So the external desires that you have will, if you follow them within yourself, you really ask yourself, what about this do I want? Why do I want this? What is the thing that is hungry within me? Because oftentimes, even when you get the girl, you're resentful towards her. So your dharma is what I would say is that's one thing. So look at the things that you want. What do they track back to within you? And then the last thing that works really, really, really well is to be silent. To try to find as much quiet as you can. To remove all the external influences and just see what comes up. Because the whys always come from within. So the why literally comes from within, and this is why it's so hard to find the why, because we live in a world where we are sensorially bombarded. We are under assault 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In my case, it was efficiency. So podcasts when I'm walking to the train, read a book on the train, podcasts when I'm leaving the train, sitting down in class, lectures in the ear when I'm working out, constantly sensorily bombarded. And so you never get to spend time with yourself, right? So once you get rid of all of that, something will float up